I wanted to get a chance to kind of release a video showcasing what I've actually played and experienced on my Xbox Series X in terms of Forza Horizon 5 versus this brand new Gran Turismo 7 Daytona International Speedway gameplay video featured on the PlayStation 5. Now, this was a very interesting video because, again, previously I think I had done a video comparing the two, but it was only comparing, videos that we had seen from both. That I had actually been able to screen capture and then showcase for you guys. And the Gran Turismo 7 footage at that time was still very much that early footage that we saw a while ago. It wasn't exactly the best footage, and it had some hiccups and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of showcase this because it looks absolutely amazing, what we've seen so far. Now, I granted, I have never been the biggest Gran Turismo fan. I mean, I've dabbled in Gran Turismo. I own them. But just for me, it's a very tough game to kind of get into, being more of a accurate simulator than the Forza games. But I've always thought that they looked great and that they were fantastic games, just games that were a little bit harder to kind of get into. Now, when we saw this, what's very interesting that kind of is very striking to me is the fact that even from the cockpit view, you can see like the fabrics and stuff on the hands, on the gloves and things like that. I just think that, to me, honestly, this might be, you can really tell how good this looks. But anyway, I want to get into it because I felt like, it was definitely a video that people would maybe want to see. And I also think that, obviously people are going to have their own kind of feelings and thoughts when it comes to these games. Now, I also get the idea that, they're two different types of racing games, but at the same time, I also feel like being cross-gen, they have a little bit more in common than what people even would think. So yeah, very interesting indeed. And I can't wait to get into the video. I'm sure, like I said, it's going to be a topic that a lot of people are going to want to hear. And you know what, listen, I can't say I blame you. I am a compelling dude. Anyway, what's up everyone? I'm Crapgamer, and this is, of course, Crapgamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice some changes around here, and hopefully that doesn't stop you from giving us a like, and possibly even consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some of your free time with me today. It really does mean a lot. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Now, I think Forza Horizon 5 looks really, really good. It's obviously one of my favorite games. I think the Forza Horizon series, just in general, has been pretty incredible, to say the least, right from the start. So, kudos to that, because I do think, like I said, bravo to them for being able to go out there and create such an amazing game. And again, the funny thing about Forza Horizon is that Forza Horizon series has been good for right from the start. And that's something that I feel like, obviously, people probably don't realize. You know what I mean? Like, Forza Horizon games have honestly been great right from the start. And I think, like, there was a lull in the middle there, and then Forza Horizon 5 picks it up and, makes it amazing again. Even though I think that there was probably some issues, I think we have to be a little bit lenient in games that release now, because of like the whole situation with the lockdowns and stuff like that. But I'm not trying to make excuses for it, and I do think I am excited for actually Gran Turismo 7. It actually comes out the day before my birthday. Hint, hint. Maybe somebody wants to hook me up, but yeah, you know what? I'm looking forward to it, and I want to play it, and I think it looks great. And I'm looking at some of my Forza Horizon 5 footage here, and I think Forza Horizon 5 looks great, and that's more of an open world game, and I think that should be kind of taken into consideration, that they managed to do that. And for a cross-gen game, they still managed to get some pretty impressive graphics and performance and things like that out of this game, which I think shouldn't be looked at too lightly as well. So yeah, it's a very exciting time to be a gamer and to be a fan of this stuff, because I just feel like, in general, we're all going to kind of look at this stuff and go, hey man, that's really kind of a showpiece. And I think that racing games in general are great showpieces for consoles, and the reason why I think that they're great showpieces for consoles is because they're kind of you don't have to code a bunch of extra stuff in it. It's not like you know what I'm saying? There's not like big explosions and things like that. It's just like a racing game. So it just seems to me like that would be much easier to kind of focus on. And just looking at what I'm seeing with like Gran Turismo 7 here, it looks miles better than what we saw previously with the situation on on the Gran Turismo stuff that we saw from like almost, what was it, the launch or whatever. So when we look at like sort of the playback, I think the game looks even better. But you know, all games kind of do that. And again, I think that there was some issues where people thought maybe Gran Turismo 7 was gonna maybe not look up to par with what we've come to expect from the Gran Turismo series, and maybe it being cross-gen would hamper it. I can't really speak to that. I do know that the game, from what I've seen and what I see here, looks really, really good, and so that's something that I think everybody can kind of agree on and kind of comes to terms with, you know. So yeah, I do think that it looks that good. Like, if you're asking me, does it look better than Forza Horizon 5, I don't know. Like, they're two totally different kind of games to kind of look at, but I do think that one thing that you do get out of this is the sound quality, and the sound of this is really phenomenal, right? Like, if you think about it, what they've done, I think they probably went back and redid some of the sound and things like that. I was not the biggest Gran Turismo Sport fan, so seeing them get back to the kind of their roots is exciting and an exciting prospect. And then when you think about it, I actually thought that they probably would have been a little bit quicker with getting this game out, maybe even be a launch game for the PS5. And the reason why I say that is because the last one came out in 2017, Gran Turismo Sport. So, you know, 4+ years development, almost 5 years development. But the thing is, when they made Gran Turismo Sport, they already had to recapture a lot of the speedways and things like that. And not only that, but they created 8K models for all the cars, so they would kind of future-proof themselves. So it is a little bit surprising that it took them as long as it did to kind of get things worked out, but I think it looks fantastic. And you know, comparing the two, it really just is kind of apples to oranges, but still, I just thought it was kind of cool to see that. And I think the better comparison would be if we see you know, Forza Motorsport later this year versus this, because Forza Motorsport is just current gen only, so it would only be Xbox Series X and S. I think that would be the more apt comparison, and I'll probably do that as well. But yeah, it's always nice to see, you know, these games come out and how great these games look. And it looks like, you know, Forza Horizon 5 obviously takes advantage of the Xbox's power, and it looks like here Gran Turismo 7 takes advantage of the PlayStation 5's power. So I think that everybody can kind of smile and be happy that they're getting a game that's going to give them full advantage of their hardware. And I think that that's probably the most important thing, because I think Polyphony Digital is a solid developer and a really good developer, and I can't really you know, wait to see how this plays and things like that. Hopefully, anyway, I'm not sure if we know this or not though, but a single player arcade mode or something like that included with Gran Turismo 7, I think that would be great. But yeah, like I said, it's very exciting to see that this game is going to be coming out soon, and it looks like all things are go. It's set to come out, and there's not going to be any more delays or anything like that. Obviously, you know, fans are going to be excited by it, and you know, for me personally, I just think, you know, hey, this is awesome. You know, I'm super excited by this. They both look great. I think that's the thing that I take from looking at both back to back. Really kind of comes down to preference, what type of game you like. If you like a simulator, I don't think there's a better simulator probably than Gran Turismo. If you like open world racing or arcade racing, I don't think there's a better game than Forza Horizon. So let me know what you guys think though. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe, rack 'em up, fact 'em up, Crapgamer 'em up. Thanks for watching. Crapgamer out.